NFL licensed NFTs coming out, guys? Let's talk about this, shall we? Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all of my collectibles friends out there in the universe. I hope that everybody is having an amazing Wednesday. No, it's not Wednesday. It's Thursday. The days just run together, guys. I'm just not getting a whole lot of sleep, just forgetting the days. So yes, it is Thursday. I hope you guys have started your week off well and that you're finishing it strong. We are almost to the weekend, thank goodness. And we have official news of NFL NFTs that are coming. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, the likes if you like what you hear. And if you want to be a lame-o, hit the dislike button. That's perfectly fine. Actually, I don't mind, whatever. We have news, and actually I saw this first with one of my NFT friends, Jennifer Sudo, with it's Jennifer Topshot, I believe is her screen name. Well, she has a YouTube channel called Jennifer Topshot. I had her on the show a few months back. We were talking about NFTs in general and NBA Top Shot. But she had tweeted and kind of retweeted something about how there was an agreement between the NFL and Dapper Labs, who also did NBA Top Shot. And they are coming out with their own deal, the same type of platform, kind of in the same vein as NBA Top Shot. And I know, look, a lot of people, it's kind of a polarizing topic nowadays with NFTs versus sports cards and these types of things. And I get it. I understand. I think that one can be a challenge to the other. You know, you could see one as a threat to the other. I know some people, and some people don't like the argument that, you know, NBA NFTs or NFL NFTs are better than sports cards. And I agree with that take. I don't think that they are better. I'm, you know, kind of that and guy, not the or guy. I like all the stuff. So I think they can certainly coexist. Sports cards have been around for 100 plus years, not going away. They're not going to be replaced by an NFT. They are simply going to be an addition to, is what I think. But, you know, the thing that gets my attention with this stuff, and we've talked about this, is that the newer generations are more, it seems like they would be more apt to an NFT world. And what I mean by that is if you look at, you know, gaming, like Fortnite, for example, but there's many games now. That's just one, that's kind of a big one that people know of, but all sorts of different types of games that are essentially free. The developers give them away practically, and then they charge you for all the upgrades and different things throughout the game. The in-game purchases are where they make the money, and they're almost like little NFTs, you know, that they are buying in this gaming world. And so if that kind of blows out into other facets of life, you could see this as being more of a cultural phenomenon than just a fad. You know, it's not to me, NFTs are not Beanie Babies. You know, it's not Pogs. You know, it's a thing. It's just how big will it be? Will it be all encompassing in culture, or will it be a niche thing and does its thing as its own market, but maybe isn't as big as people might think? But I kind of do think just with, you know, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, they're all kind of tied together. And I do think that, you know, the world is kind of moving in that direction. Again, do I think that cryptocurrencies are going to take over the US dollar? I don't know that. I don't think so, but I am no economist. I don't know anything about currencies as far as that goes. I follow it and I'm intrigued by it. I'm no expert in it. So I don't know necessarily if cryptocurrency will take over for regular currencies, for US dollars and British pounds and all that stuff, euros, but I think they will have a place. I certainly do. And the reason why I think they'll have a place is because you're seeing large institutions that are taking on, you know, crypto and NFTs and these different things. So I think that this stuff is here to stay. And it's interesting now that the NFL, it's not just the NFLPA, it's the NFL and the NFLPA have both made this deal. So it's happening. They're all on board. And I do think to some degree, the NFL is trying to get ahead of, you know, individual teams coming out and doing it, or individual players. You saw Gronk come out with NFTs, I think last year or earlier this year. So players and teams are trying to get a hold of this, you know, of this income source, this revenue stream. And the league and the NFLPA is probably saying like, hey, well, I mean, if it's the NFL does not want to miss a chance at a revenue stream. That's one organization that does not miss a chance to make a few bucks where they can. And so I'm sure they were very eager to get a deal done with Dapper, just being that they've already produced NBA Top Shot, and they've already, NBA Top Shot rolled out, and then it's been kind of, there's been bumps in the road, obviously, but they've learned a lot from them. They've come a long way as far as the site goes. And so I think there's probably more of a comfort level this time around with the NFL platform as to, them being able to operate it. They've already done it once, and they've had great success with NBA Top Shot, even through the bumps and bruises along the way. Believe it or not, with this deal, it makes Dapper Labs for the NFL the second highest, let me make sure I have this right, according to this article, the second largest source of digital licensed revenue for the NFL behind Madden. Just wrap your head around that, because Madden games that's a huge moneymaker for the NFL. Huge. And it's long standing. It's going back, decades. And now Dapper Labs, who's been around for 18 months, 2 years or whatever with NBA Top Shot. I know they've been doing other things as well with CryptoKitties and other stuff, but they really have they're fairly new to the scene, and they are now the second largest, entity for this stuff, behind only Madden for the NFL, which is just kind of mind-blowing to me. And when you look at a lot of people that are involved in NFTs nowadays, they, even with, the ups and downs of NBA Top Shot, a lot of them give credit. If you're on Twitter, you'll see a lot of people that are involved in art NFTs and different NFT things. And I see every couple of days, every few days, I'll see a tweet that says, shout out for NBA Top Shot getting me into this space. So whether you ended up being a fan of NBA Top Shot or not, it was your first, for a lot of people, is their first foray into NFTs. And a big part of that was because you didn't have to have MetaMask. You didn't have to have your independent wallet, to buy them. You could use your credit card, to buy them. And you were able to use dollars to buy NFTs. And so they will bring that again here with the NFL, because I think that's such a big barrier to entry for people. I just recently got a MetaMask set up and still trying to figure out, the ETH and this and that and whatever. And, there's a lot for the average person. This is not a mainstream thing. NFTs are not mainstream yet. And so for the average person, like, all right, I want to get into this. How do I buy it? And there's 10 different steps, and you have to buy cryptocurrency to then buy it. It's a lot of people are just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm not going to buy. It's just too many steps. The barrier to entry is too much. And then you have gas fees with ETH and everything else. And a lot of people are just like, maybe this isn't for me. And so if you do have these platforms that offer a way to use credit cards as opposed to having to get ETH or having to get another type of cryptocurrency to buy them, that really kind of opens the door for it to be adopted into the mainstream quickly, easier, become more saturated, into the fabric of culture, So I think that's a big thing. So again, I think it's kind of cool to see people kind of go back and say like, hey, if it wasn't for NBA Top Shot, I wouldn't be in this. And then there's a lot of people too that are bigger fans of the NFL than they are the NBA. I've heard a lot of people, and for me included, I still have over 300 NBA Top Shot moments. I enjoy the platform, and I like what they're doing, etc. But I've said from day one, man, if this was an NFL product, I would be much more interested. And so that's what I'm interested to see is, does that bring a new set of people that are just not into the NBA? There's a lot of people that don't follow basketball, but they follow the NFL, and a lot of young people too. A lot of young people don't really follow basketball, but man, they're huge into NFL football. So this is exciting stuff. This is where it's all kind of coming full circle. And I have seen kind of reactions is like, how does this impact, the art NFTs and the different types of NFTs? It does kind of bring the saturation, of more, it's more and more, and there's only so many dollars to go around, so that will be interesting to watch. I also put up a tweet from Jack Settleman, who was a big NBA Top Shot buyer early on, big adopter into it. And I like following him. He always has NBA Top Shot stuff and he's in NFTs. And so, but he made a comment too of like, this is a monster deal for NFTs. And I just have to, I agree with him. I happen to agree with him here. Of course, we'll have to see how it plays out. Got to, see the execution of all of it, but it's exciting, I think, for that particular space. I think that's going to be, it's going to be a big deal. So guys, let me know what you think. And I know there's a lot of people in sports cards that have no interest in NFTs whatsoever. But does it change your mind that it's NFL NFTs? Does that bring it maybe a little bit more excitement to you as opposed to the NBA stuff if you're not really collecting NBA stuff? Let me know your thoughts. Are they starting to grow on you? NFTs starting to grow on you? I'd like to hear it. Guys, have an amazing day. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.